Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 1 and we want to explain about review telephoning and basic forms of letter. The first material will be explained by Rake.
Review telephoning. The regular telephone you have in your house is called a landline. To differentiate it from a cell phone. When someone calls you, the phone makes a sound. We say the phone is ringing. If you are available, you pick up the telephone or answer the telephone in order to talk to the person. If there is nobody to answer the phone, then the caller will have to leave message on an answering machine or voicemail. Later, you can call back or return the call. When you want to make a phone call, you start by dialing the number. Let's imagine that you call your friend, but she's already on the phone with someone else. You will hear a busy signal, a beeping sound that tells you the other person is currently using the phone. Sometimes, when you call a company, they put you on hold. This is when you wait for your call to be answered, usually while listening to music. Finally, when you are finished with the conversation, you hang up. Now, you know the basic telephone vocabulary. In the next part of the lesson, you are going to hear some conversation to learn some useful English phrases for talking on the phone. Hello.
Hi, Rian. This is Natalie returning your call.
Hi Natalie, thanks for getting back to me. I was calling about the shipment of keyboards for our office. We haven't gotten them yet.
Oh, that's not good. They were supposed to be delivered 3 days ago.
Exactly, and we have a new group of employees starting on Monday, so we really need those keyboards as soon as possible.
Okay, I'll look into it right away. If necessary, we can send you an emergency overnight shipment.
Thanks, Natalie. I appreciate it.
No problem. Rian, I'll call you back a little later as soon as I have more information.
Sounds good. Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
From this conversation, we can learn phrases for beginning a phone call, taking and leaving messages, checking and clarifying information, and finishing a phone call.
And the next is beginning a call. When Helen answered the phone, she says, Midtown Computer Solution, Helen speaking. How can I help you? This is a common way for a receptionist at a company or organization to answer the phone. Here are a couple alternatives. Thank you for calling Midtown Computer Solution. How may I direct your call? Or Midtown Computer Solution, good afternoon. To introduce yourself, you can say, Hello, this is, and if you want, you can add your company name. Hello, this is Ryan Bardas. Or, Hello, this is Ryan Bardas from Paramount Publishing. Then ask to speak to somebody by using phrases. May I speak with? Or could I speak with? You can also add the phrase I'm calling about or I'm calling to. In order to give a reason for your call, use I'm calling about to introduce a topic and I'm calling to introduce an action. I'm calling about a job opening I saw in the newspaper. Or I'm calling to register for the upcoming conference. To connect or transfer the call, the receptionist says, "One moment, please. I'll put you through a few other places for transferring a call here. Please hold. I'll transfer you." Or may I ask who calling? Who's calling, please? If you forgot to identify yourself at the beginning of the call, the receptionist will sometimes use this phrase to ask you for your name. And the next is taking or leaving messages. Unfortunately, the person Ryan wants to speak to is not available, and the receptionist says, I'm sorry, Natalie is in a meeting at the moment. Here are some additional phrases to use when another person can't answer a telephone call. I'm sorry, she's on another call. I'm sorry, Natalie has left for the day. I'm sorry, Natalie's not in her office right now. I'm sorry, she's out of town at the moment. I'm sorry, she is not available at the moment. Then, there are two common phrases that are used for offering to take a message. Would you like to leave a message? Can I take a message? If you don't want to leave a message, you can say, no thanks, I'll call back later. There are two polite ways to leave a message. You can make a statement starting with please or a question starting with could you, usually followed by the verbs ask, tell, or remind, and then him if the message is for a man, or her if the message is for a woman. Could you ask her to call me back? Please ask him to call me back. Please tell him or her that the documents are ready. Please remind him or her that he or she has a dentist appointment tomorrow. And the next is clarifying or confirming information. While talking the message, the receptionist used two phrases for checking and confirming information. Let me read it back to you. Could you spell your last name for me? The verb spell means to say the letter of the word. Ryan replies, B as in a Boston, A R D as in a dog, O as in the September. It's common to use phrases like B as in Boston and S as in September with the letter that can be frequently confused with others, such as B and D, S and F, or M and N.
Finishing a call. When you want to finish the conversations, you can use signal phrases. These are phrases indicating that the conversation is coming to an end. Well, it was nice talking with you. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Anyway, I should let you go. I should get going. If you want to promise future contact, you can use one of the phrases from the second conversation. I will get in touch in a couple of days. Get in touch or contact you. I will call you back a little later. Talk to you soon. Then you can finish the conversations with one of these final phrases. Bye. Take care. Have a nice day. Response to you bye. You too bye.
Hello,
Hi Linda, it's Ryan. How is it going?
pretty good. Thank you. How about you?
I'm fine. Sure glad. It's Friday. Hey, is Peter there?
Yeah. Hold on. I get him. Peter, Ryan on the phone.
Hey Ryan, what's up?
Not much. Are you up for going fishing this weekend?
What? There's a lot of background noise. I can barely hear you.
Sorry about that. I'm at the train stations. I was wondering if you wanted to go fishing this weekend. I am heading up to Mountain Lake with some friends early tomorrow morning.
Oh, hang on a sec. Let me just check with my wife to make sure we have no other plans.
Sure,
Okay, she's given me the green light.
sweet. We will you off at 6 tomorrow morning. Is that okay?
Yup. Do you need direction to my place?
Oh, you still living on Willow Street near the community center?
Yeah, that's right. The yellow house number 30.
Gotcha. I know how to get there.
Alright. See you tomorrow then.
Take care.
Bye.
Siri.
Telephone English Forces Informal Confirmation. Let's learn some of the different phrases used in an information telephone confirmation. In information phone call, most people answer the phone by saying hello, and the instruction is also different. Formal. Hello, this is blah blah blah. Informal. Hey, blah blah blah. It's blah blah blah. We see two different greeting in the confirmation. How it's going and what's up. This greeting require different answer. You can answer how it's going or the similar question how are you doing with great, pretty good, thanks, not so good. The phrase is how about you? You should to ask the same question to the other person. Notice that is spoken like this. How about you? The formal equivalent of this phrase will be one moment, please, or please hold. At one point, Peter can help out understand Ryan. Here are some phrases to ask if you're having the flood hearing the older version of the phone. There's a lot background noise. I can barely hear you. You're breaking up. Call me back. Picking up, you can help part of the word the other finisher in saying. We have a bad connection. Sorry, I didn't catch what you just said. Or you speak a little louder. Say this if the person is speaking too quickly.
See.
Or you speak a little more slowly. Say this if the person is speaking too fast. What did you say? Informal. You can repeat that or could you say that again more formal? If the bad connection cause the call to fall, you can call the other answer back and say this. Hi, it's Ryan again. Unfortunately, we got cut off. Cut off is partial verb. That means the call failed or disconnected. Toward the end of the confirmation, Ryan uses the phrases gotcha. This is a very informal phrase that means understand. Another option is got alright. Now takes the question to test your memory of the telephone phrases from the lesson.
Letter writing. Before the advent of modern technology made communication so easy, the art of writing a letter was considered an important requirement. Even today, a letter is an important means of communication in both the workspace as well as our personal lives. So let us educate ourselves with the nuances of letter writing. A letter is a written message that can be handwritten or printed on paper. It is usually sent to the recipient via mail or post in an envelope, although this is not a requirement as such. A letter, a written conversation between two parties. Now that emails, advantages and disadvantages, and text and other such forms have become the norm for communication. The art of letter writing has taken a backseat. However, even today, a lot of our communication, especially the formal kind, is done via letters. Whether it is a cover letter for a job, or the bank sending you a reminder, or a college acceptance letter. Letters are still an important mode of communication, which is why it is important that we know the intricacies of letter writing.
Types of letter. Let us first understand that there are broadly two types of letter, namely formal letter and informal letter. But then there are also a few types of letter based on their contents, formalities, the purpose of letter writing, etc. Let us have a look at the few types of letter. The first one is formal letter. These letters follow a certain pattern and formality. They are strictly kept professional nature and directly address the issues concern. Any type of business letter or letter otherwise falls within this given category. And the second is informal letter. These are personal letters. They need not follow any set pattern or adhere to any formalities. They contain personal information or are a written conversation. Informal letters are generally written to friends, acquaintances, relatives, etc. And the third is business letter. This letter is written among business correspondents, generally contains commercial information such as quotation, orders, complaints, claims, letter for a collection, etc. Such letters are always strictly formal and follow a structure and pattern formalities. And the fourth is official letter. This type of letter is written to inform officers, branches, subordinates of official information. It usually relays official information like rules, regulations, procedures, events, or any other such information. Official letters are also formal in nature and follow certain structure and decorum. And the fifth is social letter. A personal letter written on the occasion of a special event is known as a social letter. Congratulatory letter, condolence letter, invitation letter, etc. are all social letters. And the sixth is circular letter. A letter that announces information to a large number of people is a circular letter. The same letter is circulated to a large group of people to correspond some important information like a change of address, change in management, the retirement of a partner. And the seventh is employment letter. Any letter with respect to the employment process, like joining letter, promotion letter, application letter.
Letter writing tips. Now that we have learned the basics of communication via via letters, and the types of letter as well. Let us focus on some tips for the actual letter writing. Identify the type of letter. This obviously is the first step of the letter writing process. You must be able to identify the type of letter you are to be writing. This will be dictated by the persons the letter is addressed to and the informations that will be conveyed through the letter. Suppose you were writing to the principal of your college to ask for leave. This would be a formal letter, types of formal letter with symbol. But but say you were writing to your old college professor catching up after a long time. Then this would be a personal informal letter. To make sure you open and close the letter correctly. Opening a letter in the correct manner is of utmost importance. Formal letters. Formal letters often with a particular structure and grading that is formal in nature. Informal letters can be addressed to the person's name or any informal greeting as the reader wishes. Even when closing the letter, it must be kept in mind what types of letter is being writing. Formal letters and respectfully and impersonally, whereas informal letters may end with a more personal touch. 3. Establish the main intent of the letter. One, once you start writing, make sure to get to the point as soon as possible, especially in formal letters. It is important to immediately make clear the purpose of the letter.
4. Be careful of the language. A letter is always expected to be polite and considered even if it is a complaint letter. The point must be made in careful and courteous manner. So it is necessary to use polite expression and civil language in all types of letter. 5. Length of the letter. And the other important factor to be considered is the length of the letter you are writing. It should be kept in mid-date or formal. Letters are generally to the point. Precise and short, like formal letters, tend to not have the desired effects of the reader. The length of an informal letter is determined by this mistake in the letter and the relation to the recipient. So, first example for you. Alex wrote the written a letter to her class teacher asking permission to remain absent from school for today on account of some personal matter. What type of letter will he be writing? I. Personal letter. B. Business letter. C. Formal letter. D. Any of the above. The correct option is C. Will the teacher is personal acquaintances of Alex. The situation demanded a formal letter and not personal letter.
Wes ya. Yep. Salah, saya bola.